here as well, Niall, because we've been picking the UEFA Champions League team of the season. I'm sure they're all watching over there in the dressing rooms, the Chelsea and City players, bated breath to see if they're in the team. So you're going to start with the goalkeeper, right? And there was a bit of a debate about this one because neither of the finalists, Mendy or Ederson, were chosen. So who did you pick?
Yeah, well, Mendy's defence were so good the goalkeeper wasn't exposed and didn't have to do as much as Keylor Navas had to do with PSG, particularly in the Bayern Munich games that they got through. His performance in those two matches was absolutely outstanding. I think on total in the two games, I think Bayern had 46 attempts on goal, about 28 of them were on target. If that means they're on target, that means the defence was breached and he was making saves, and some of them were outstanding. He let a free kick in which nearly got him off the team in the semi-final first leg, if you remember, De Bruyne's curler. That was the only black mark to his performances. And again, Ederson, did well, solid, but they up to the final, 4 goals apiece. Yeah. It wasn't 4 goals conceded because the goalkeeper was making great saves, and
you're sticking with Navas.
Fought a little bit with Brian and got Navas.
He made 9 saves
in
the home leg against Barca and 10 in the away leg against Bayern and got them maybe through. Back three then, Brian, you're in the Thomas Tuchel mode of a back three. Name them, please.
Well, I have to say, myself and Niall didn't have any discussions when we originally picked the team, and we agreed totally on the back five. Right, I had Marquinhos as centre-back or midfield, but I'm happy enough going with the trend of the winning team tonight to go with a back three of Diaz, Manchester City, Marquinhos of PSG and Rudiger of Chelsea. I think a very, very solid back three. And you look at Rudiger's performance tonight, and he was one of the outsiders when Tuchel came in. He wasn't in the team, but he's been outstanding since Tuchel came. And I think you set it up on the preview show during the week. It was a brilliant piece on showing his attacking ability as well as defensive. But tonight he was outstanding defensively. And the incident with De Bruyne overall did his team good that De Bruyne went off the pitch. But we're
seeing some pictures now of Cancelo, who wasn't picked tonight but was originally in your team, both of your teams. But I think you've gone for Chilwell instead. Is that right?
Just because of the way he played tonight. I think Chilwell just got himself in our team. We agreed after 90 minutes, Cancelo was a little bit of a protest vote by Brian and I that he wasn't picked tonight, that he put Zinchenko in instead of...
And also that he played well.
He played very well.
Competition. I mean, I'd fault the manager on that choice tonight and say, going with Zinchenko. He brought Zinchenko on against Real Madrid with a half an hour to go. And I thought Cancelo was doing well in the match. I was surprised, but they ultimately won the game 2-1. So
is he back in? Is he back in?
So no, he's not back in. But with Chilwell's in.
Chilwell's in. Okay.
Tonight.
Yeah. Azpilicueta's in as well. No arguments
solid
with that.
Out, and you saw the most important interception was made late on as the ball was whisked across the 6-yard box. Gundogan was waiting at the other end of it to side foot at home to get the equaliser for City tonight, and Azpilicueta dived in and managed to get the ball hooked over the bar. It was a wonderful piece of defending, and he did it all through the competition. And as I said, I can't praise the Chelsea rearguard enough, but he was such an important part of it.
OK, 3-man midfield then. Well, it depends what way you look at it. One man's definitely in, and he was man of the match for Chelsea tonight. Yeah,
Kante, N'Golo Kante. I think he's in everybody's man of the tournament, wherever you have him yourself. He's just, without scoring a goal, he's still the most influential player on the pitch. I think his colleagues, staff, everybody loves him. He just, there's no messing with him. I'd say he's one of the easiest players to work with as a staff member. Great player, great performance tonight.
Man of the match in both legs of the semi-finals as well. Who's in midfield with him then?
So we've gone with 2 others, so it's 3 in midfield. Kante, we've gone with De Bruyne. I mean, not brilliant tonight. Kante won that battle, but in other games he's been absolutely superb, and his influence was huge. And also right through on the other side, Mount, for his performance. I mean, we see the setup for the goal tonight is fantastic. That's a world-class ball for such a young man with such a great footballing brain, and he takes all of the pressure on his shoulders and deals with it, wants the ball at all times, and he was very exciting during this tournament, so we put him in there.
Yeah, and no debate over the front two. Again, neither of whom were involved this evening.
I think in our own heads we agreed that you had to make at least the quarter-finals to get into the team. I think that was fair. And you look over the season at what Holland and Mbappe did, the excitement they gave us and the brilliance of their goal scoring. And you know, they're two for the future as well as the present. But you know, we've enjoyed them this season so much, the performances, but like Holland nearly dragged his team.
But you know, the other thing as well, like we couldn't put anybody from City in because they don't play with a centre forward, so they couldn't get anyone, and we couldn't put Werner in because he was off the boil a lot. So
that's a protest vote by you guys against the whole world of false nines. You put two centre forwards in there.
Niall is first sub. He wanted to be onto the cross.
Yeah, if they want the last 5 minutes.
From Chilwell.
Could have done with you this evening there, Niall, knocking down a few in the box. That is the team of the tournament. And N'Golo Kante, player of the tournament, is that?
Yeah, there was really exciting things that happened in the tournament, and Brian spoke about Mbappe and Haaland, and they did. They got us off our seats, jumping in amazement at how good they were. So there was those individual moments throughout the competition, and it is an amazing competition. But I suppose right in the engine room, the one that made it all fire for Chelsea, that led by example and just did incredible things off the ball and on the ball, because you know the little flick around the corner and the setup for the goal that came off the crossbar in the semi-final that was like any top player, you know, would get great credit for that. And to put it all together, yeah, for me, Kante, I'm delighted for him. He's matured into an absolute world beater. Love him.
A fitting way to end. It's the heartbeat of the Chelsea team that have become Europe's